Welcome back into another episode of the Washington SSM podcast. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to click that bell to get notified when I drop a video. So as I dive into Africa and the African economy and the African history, there's a few emerging economies right now, which is South Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, and a few other. But I'm more focused on Ghana right now. Listen to what the Ghanaian president said.
Ghana no longer wants to be dependent on the production and export of raw materials, including cocoa beans. We intend to process more and more of our cocoa in our country with the aim of producing more chocolate ourselves, because we believe that there can be no future prosperity for the Ghanaian people in the short, medium, or long term if we continue to maintain economic structures that are dependent on the production and export of raw materials. We intend to add value to our raw materials, industrialize and enhance agricultural productivity. This is the best way we can put Ghana at the high end of the value chain in the global marketplace and create jobs for the teeming masses of Ghanaians.
So here he's saying that he's banning and he's putting a ban on the export of cocoa beans because it's damaging to his economy, which means the farmers not making any money because the Western, all the other countries, Europe and Western, who come and buy the cocoa from Ghana, yes, they make cash off it, right? But it's not nearly as much as how they would make if they have a refining factory or a plant. And who's making this money is not the farmers, because they're losing out. They're making pennies on the dollar, while the companies that ships these things, the shipping companies make money than the farmers, and the other countries that take it and refine it and produce it, then they make all the money because everything is shipped, just the raw material is shipped out of Ghana. So he's putting a ban on cocoa, which is a good thing. And a lot of other African nations is doing the same thing by banning raw materials coming out of Africa, because the West have been raping the continent for years, decades, and now this emerging economy. So the Rwanda as well is an emerging economy. So let's get into some more of it. And I dig some more, and I found out that they recently have built a refining factory. Why am I saying farm? They recently built a refining factory, and so because of the ban and the export of cocoa, now they get to produce, refine, make their own chocolate and ship now. So now I think like 8 or 10 countries they don't send cocoa to, which is Switzerland, Holland, France, US, Canada, a couple of countries, but those are the ones that sticks out in my mind right now. I was reading it, but I didn't write down every single country. And I saw that Ghana finally have their own refining plant, which is a good thing. So because of that now, they get to keep all the beans, the farmers get to get more money, the country economy will grow because of they're using it and refining it themselves. So let's look into what the refining plant is doing and how much people they hire and how is it growing their economy.
So Niche Cocoa is a cocoa processing facility. We process cocoa into 4 semi-finished products: cocoa liquor, cocoa cake, cocoa powder, cocoa butter. And we have the finished products, which is the chocolate. So for the semi-finished products, I would say that Niche is fully grown for the processing 90,000 metric tons of beans, which is equivalent to about 10% of Ghana's cocoa. So we are fully grown. For the finished products part, we are currently just doing the chocolate, but by the end of second quarter, we are hoping to roll out other products onto the market, being the chocolate spread, the RTDs, the ready to drink, and also the 3-in-1 cocoa powder. For a plant that was established with a staff strength of about 60, so its current staff strength of 600. I mean, over the time we've grown, we've created employment. That is direct labor. For indirect labor, we have over 1,000 people also. So in total, you're talking about 1,600 direct and indirect labor.
At Niche Cocoa, we employed over 600 workforce, and we are wholly Ghanaian employees here. And our workers mostly comes from the environment of Tema and Ashiama.
I mean, we also bring a lot of foreign exchange to the economy with a processing facility that is exporting almost 90% of its produce. We are one of the key foreign exchange earners for the country.
Niche Cocoa having employed over 600 workforce, it means it has a lot of impact on the Ghanaian economy, having a lot of families depending on this 600 workforce.
So here you see that the refining farm, they hire over 600 workers directly. And as the guy said, these are Ghanaians. So there's no Western or no Europeans working in the refining factory. So that's 600 families. So you can imagine the far outreach that do. 600 workers, that's 600 families. And each one of those families get to earn from whoever is working there, whether it's a mother, father, or son or daughter, right? And then this in turn grow the economy. It might look insignificant, but it's a big jump to give 600 people jobs. It's not easy, right? And not only they have 1,000 workers indirectly, so that's 1,600 workers. So that's a big leap, and the economy get to make all that money by refining the cocoa, giving the farmers more money, so they have more drive to grow more, right? So that's a good thing, and it also prevent them from using US. So it helps with the economy with the Ghana currency, because now they don't have to get the US currency to pay the suppliers and all of that, right? So this also help in both ways. So that's a good look. So let's continue with the video and then we continue.
Niche Cocoa is a facility that is built in Ghana producing cocoa. So Niche Cocoa, our competitive advantage is that we are having raw material from Ghana, producing major raw material and also exporting. So our competitive advantage in the international market is an origin country. Niche Cocoa being a free zone company, whereby we are exempted from taxes and duties for our equipment and other facilities, that gives us the opportunity to also expand. Now with our relationship with GIPC, which is the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, whereby we are open up into the international market. You have investors who are looking for our produce, and through the GIPC we are contacted and we are also able to enter emerging markets. To us it has been an advantage, and we have been able to enter markets that we didn't assume we could. Markets like the Western world, the European market and the Asian market, which are major consumers of our semi-finished products. We are hoping to use the relationship also to sell consumer products to the African market with the AFCT coming up. With the business-friendly environment provided by GIPC and also with the free zone concept, Niche Cocoa has grown from an 8,000 metric ton facility to a 90,000 metric ton facility. That has even pushed us into the Ghana Club 100, whereby we've won 3 awards consecutively, and to us that's a big achievement. Government have been able to provide such an industrial enclave, and that has been one key factor. Power is available 99% of the time. That makes doing business very, very comfortable for us. And also our proximity to the port is just about 15 minutes drive, producing one product and sending it to the port for export. Niche Cocoa Industries Limited is an attestation of doing business in Ghana. The business environment in Ghana is at its best time, and we are calling on other investment to make Ghana as the industrial hub and entering the African market and also the world market when it comes to export of very good produce. So let's grow in Ghana and grow with Ghana.
And here you see again, you see the government give him tax break on the facility, tax break on the trucks and everything, and this in turn lead them to quadruple the output of cocoa products, from 8,000 ton to 90,000 ton. That's like a big leap, to be honest. So that's good for the economy and it will grow. So let's continue.
Ghana Geological Survey Authority has discovered a large quantity of new iron ore in 5 districts of the Oti region of Ghana, and this is going to make the country brutally rich because it has already gained the interest of over 10 investors.
I want to advise people in Accra to start looking for land in the Oti region, because what is going to take Ghana from our current state to a very industrialized nation has been found in the Oti region, and that is the iron ore.
Imagine how prices of steel will reduce when you are able to buy made in Ghana steel produced with iron ore mined in Ghana. Well, that may soon be the case of Ghanaians, because Ghana will by the end of 2022 begin the mining of iron ore to help realize its vision of manufacturing steel and related products in the country.
And the good thing is that through the president and the lands and natural resources. When we start mining, we will not export till after 5 years. So therefore, it tells you that we're going to add value to what we're going to do and minimize the cost of importation of iron rods. We spend almost 2.5 billion every year to import iron rods. So you can imagine when we start, the iron rods importation will be minimized through the direction of the president and the minister. Because 5 years will not allow anybody to export. We'll leave it. And the steel industry, through iron, will make steel. And the steel industry would also be able to make bridges, contractual terms, any contractor through the minister or the direction of the president, or any entity or government agency that wants to do anything that is still related, would get it from Ghana.
So here you see that they just recently found iron ore, which is the one they used to make steel and all that for the country, as I see what the guy said, right? And they also put a ban on export of steel for the next 5 years. Again, that's a boost to the economy. More countries, especially in the Caribbean, we need to do this as well. Stop this mass importing, because the more you import, the more your more economy suffers, because the more money you have to send out to pay the suppliers, right? So if he's banned the cocoa, which is a good thing, it helps with the economy. He banned no exporting of the iron ore, which is to make steel. So that's also a good thing. Let's continue. And some other stuff that's banned. I tell you, this Ghanaian president is doing a great job so far. From what I'm seeing, it's a plus.
Iron ores are rocks and minerals from which metallic ions can be extracted. There are 4 types of iron ore deposits, and these 4 types are hematites, which is the most commonly mined, magnetite, titanomagnetite, and piezolytic ironstone. These ores varies in colors from dark gray, bright yellow, or deep purple to rusty red. The primary uses of iron ore, 98%, is to make steel, and the remaining 2% is used in applications such as powdered iron, radioactive iron, iron blue, and black iron oxide. The powdered iron are for certain types of steel, magnets, autoparts, and catalysts. The radioactive iron is for medicine and as a tracer element in biochemical and metallurgical research. Iron blue is in paint, printing ink, plastics, cosmetics such as eyeshadow, artist colors, laundry blue, fertilizers, baked enamel finishes on vehicles and appliances, and industrial finishes. And finally, the black iron oxide is used as a pigment in polishing compounds, metallurgy, medicine, magnetic inks, and ferrite for electronics industry. So, looking at all these uses of iron ore is why I said this Ghana's discovered iron ore is going to make the country brutally rich.
So now you see the different kinds of iron that they have. There's four kinds of the guys, and I didn't even know it's going to so much product, which is in paint. I didn't know about the paints. I didn't know about the pills and the lab work, makeup and all that. I didn't know all of it. So that is banned from leaving the country, which is again a great deal. But they have one more other product they had banned, as I saw. There's a few more, but I just focusing on these for now, right? This one, check it out.
Vision to be the leading integrated aluminium company in Africa defines our intent and underscores our bold aspirations. If anyone doubted the realization of the vision of His Excellency the President to build a thriving integrated aluminium industry in Ghana, let him look no further than what is being unveiled to you today.
Bauxite is the raw material of alumina. About 85% of the bauxite produced in the world is converted into aluminium because of its various industrial uses. The aluminium derived from bauxite is used in everything from foil for packaging to vital components in automobile, solar panels, and aerospace technology. Ghana discovered its first bauxite in the year 1914 in the Etiwa Range near Chebi in the eastern region of Ghana.
So here is that he also banned the bauxite, which is what you get aluminum from. And aluminum is used in, as you can see in the video, tons of stuff. So if he ban these, that's 3 products that's already banned, and producing and refining in Ghana. So again, I don't know how much people did this, will this put to work, even in the with the steel company and the iron. I don't know how much people it was hired, but it has to be significant because they so that there's 10 companies that interested in it, but they're gonna have to build the factory, refining factory in Ghana, which in turn will have to hire people. I don't know how much at this moment, but we'll find out, and I'll even know sooner than later. He also banned other stuff, so let's get into it.
But our current situation requires that we take some more stringent measures to discourage the importation of goods that we can and do produce here. To this end, we will review the standards required for imports into the country. We will prioritize the imports, as well as review the management of our foreign exchange reserves in relation to imports of products such as rice, poultry, vegetable oil, toothpicks, pasta, fruit juice, bottled water, and ceramic tile, and others, which with intensified government support and that of the banking sector, can be manufactured and produced in sufficient quantities in Ghana. Exports, not imports, must be our mantra.
The Akufo-Addo's directive issued at his recent address to the nation on the Ghanaian economy. The Bank of Ghana will no longer provide forex support for the import of rice, poultry, vegetable oils, bottled water, ceramic tiles, and other non-essential goods. The objective is to help reduce the importation of basic items as well as the high demand for US dollars, which has caused the steep depreciation of the Ghana cedi.
So you see rice, oil, toothpaste, a couple other stuff. All I was saying if it was banned. And as I said earlier, I was explaining, this is what's going to boost the economy, because then now the Ghanaian currency won't slide. So it will stay stagnant or gain momentum against the dollar. Because if you're banning all these products, that means Africa already have all these things to produce and to supply the nation, which is they have acres of farms in Ghana which can produce all these things that they are importing. So they ban on importing all these products, poultry, oil, rice, flour, all those stuff. It's a plus, because the bank so if the bank is not giving anybody in the exchange the US for the currency to spend to pay the suppliers, right? So not only the government is working with the bank as well. So in this case, you spend less money, less US dollars on exporting product, and that is what crashing most Caribbean. It doesn't bring back to the Caribbean countries right now. For instance, Jamaica imports so much of product, and so they need the US currency to pay these suppliers, right? So they have to buy it. So you end up spending more money to buy it than to go turn around and sell it back to them. Makes no sense. And Jamaica used to produce bauxite. I don't know why they sell it out. And we produce provision and season and all those stuff. So we just stop all this importing. And chicken, we export so much chicken from Jamaica. So by exporting all of this product, when you can just keep it there and sell it to the local, and then boost the economy and make the currency stops getting so weak against the dollar. I don't understand it, but big ups to the Ghanaian president. He's doing a great job with what I'm seeing. And there's more stuff, because he also banned the export of gold. He banned they found some lithium recently. There's no exporting of lithium. Everything is gonna be, every company who come into Ghana, they have to build factories, refining factories in Ghana without tax break. And they have to hire Ghanaians. So big ups to the president for doing this. I hope the Caribbean follow. And there's a few more African nations doing the same thing. So it's not here alone, but I'm just focusing on Ghana right now because I'm going there soon. So that's why I'm focusing on it. So hope you learned something today. So this is the Washington Assessing Podcast. As always, like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to click the bell, right? Boom, you don't know. Peace, one love. Boom.